Welcome to the Bitboy X Morning Show, the home of the Bit Squad, the highest IQ investors in all the interwebs. But today, are you joined by your humble host, the Bitboy? Or is it Queen Bee? Or is it both of us? Look, she's like a little parrot on my shoulder. She's kind of looking at me kind of aggressively. I don't know. She's a little too aggressive for me, I think. I don't know. Actually, I kind of like him aggressive. Okay, listen, guys. We are streaming live to all of the places, and we're so glad that you've joined us today because today marks a very important day. Today is Tuesday, March 25th, and that's why it's so important. A lot of people don't realize that Tuesday is a very important day. We're going to be doing some cool stuff on the show today. We are going to continue looking at what we started yesterday with our DeFi. I have uploaded. God, I sound like a boomer. I have deposited half of an Ethereum and half an Ethereum's worth of USDC into my Coinbase wallet. And now we're going to show you guys how to supply both Ethereum and USDC to make money on Aave, on Base, because the fees are low. That's how you make it. You got to make the money on those fees. So we're going to show you how to do that today. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to be talking about point of control. We're going to be talking about BitFi. We're going to be we've got some really cool stuff we're going to be doing with BitFi. So you guys be on the lookout for that stuff. Look, we got to give our quote of the day. Let me share my screen here. I have my quote of the day on my screen. You guys don't have to show it, by the way. I get it from VJ every day. Okay, here we go. Trust is built in drops and lost in buckets. It's lost in buckets. Trust is built in drops and lost in buckets. I still want to say buckets again. I don't know why. Kevin Plank. Who is Kevin Plank? I don't know who this guy is. Do you guys know Kevin Plank? It's a great quote. Oh, Kevin O'Leary. Oh, sorry. Not that guy. Oh, Kevin Plank. Oh. Did y'all do this on purpose? This is the CEO of Under Armour. This is the one who Carlos, aka Larry Smith, said he threatened, basically threatened him and his family. So interesting. But trust is built in drops and lost in buckets. And I want you guys to think about this a little bit differently. I want you to think about this. Think about your trading accounts. It's the same principle, right? It's hard to build. You build it slow, and you might get a big come up here, but if you get big come ups trading, if you get huge come ups trading, it's because you're using too high leverage, most likely. And it's because, and it's also that eventually you're going to lose it on the other side. That's what happens. But if you do it the right way and you build your account up slowly but surely using, principles of technical analysis and fundamental analysis, then, it's going to get really big. But it only takes one bad trade to lose it all. That's what you have to remember. So that's why it's important that you always stick to your plan. So I have a baby eater. A baby eater? What is I guess I know what that is. I'm not going to play dumb. I know who these people are. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you guys. I'm glad we got some people kicking in. We got 630 people watching right now. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, guys. We are going to very quickly look at the crypto markets. We're going to just take a quick look. Bitcoin's at 88,000, overall market cap at 2.976. So we're going to come back to that in a little bit. We're going to look a little more in depth, but I just want to get a quick look here. Here's New World Finance. This is where we get all of our news. Let's talk about the big news of the day, guys. Friday's U.S. inflation report could be the catalyst for a massive Bitcoin April rally. And I have got to say, I prefer a dog list. I'm just kidding. I like cats now. Okay. Look, are we going to have a massive April rally? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to have a massive April rally. And the reason I don't think we're going to have a massive April rally is because we got a massive April rally 4 years ago in the bull run. And if you look back month over months, outside of the fall always being completely bullish in a bull run, in the previous year. So last year's fall was bullish all the way through. Okay. So now that we are 4 years later, the halving was a month later, things move, nothing's the same. It rhymes. It never repeats. So I don't think we're going to have a massive run up in April. If you look at what I actually kind of think for the market, I'll go to my other really quickly to my other list or my other one here. I mean, Phemex, we'll go to what? There we go. This is what I drew. You guys can see, I actually kind of think, look, I'm going to delete this. I don't need that. The pink line is what I kind of think is going to happen. And I could be wrong though. I could be really wrong. We're going to look at the point of control and we're going to look at some stuff today, some ranges that we need to be looking at and decide, is that really what we think is going to happen? I just don't see, I see the big run up in May. I see the big run up in May. That's what I see. I see it. May is when it starts. And then I think August is when it peaks, because this is what you guys have to remember is these numbers get so big as we move up. It's hard to move Bitcoin from $108,000 to $125,000. Okay. We could do the math on that market cap. But you have to understand that is like about a 20% move for Bitcoin. And so if you say the market cap of Bitcoin right now is, let's see what the market cap of Bitcoin is right now. Well, there we go. 1.739. Okay. So it would have to be, was it right at 2 trillion? I guess it 2 trillion, somewhere around 2 trillion is where it must have been in 108,000, right? Somewhere thereabouts, maybe actually 2.2, 2.3. It would have to get essentially to like $3 trillion alone. You would have to have Bitcoin basically match the previous crypto market all-time high to get it to 125, just Bitcoin alone. And remember, Bitcoin's only about half the market or whatever. So that means the rest of the market would have to be going upwards as well to $5 to $6 trillion. I think probably $5 to $6 trillion. And that's kind of where I've estimated the end of this bull run being the entire time. $5 to $6 trillion. I think that's a reasonable expectation for the entire crypto market. We went from 3 to 6 this time. Next time we'll go from 6 to Are y'all ready for this? We gonna hit 10 trillion market cap in 2028 or 2029, one or the other. We will. It'll hit that, and it won't even be a double from the previous all-time high. That's how I see everything happening, and I think that is what's going to happen. So you guys should pay attention. Especially when we get to the charts here in a little bit. So let's talk about the inflation here. Friday's U.S. inflation report could be the catalyst for a massive Bitcoin April rally. Bitcoin could surge to $110,000 in April if the March 28th U.S. PCE inflation report shows slowing consumer price growth. That is a really, really big statement. Bitcoin could surge to $110,000 in April if the March PCE inflation report shows slowing consumer price growth. Like, we really think that alone, that one thing will push. No, it's retarded. That's retarded. I'm sorry. That's why I don't think it'll happen in April. Look, we certainly could. We'll look at the charts in a little bit. I'll show you what we think is going to happen. But since President Trump's January 20th inauguration, Bitcoin has dropped over 14%. Tariffs, of course, I need to do a video on the tariffs for you guys. But the PCE report released monthly by the Bureau of Economics Analysis, or Queen B, measures the prices consumers pay for goods and services, unlike the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. It is the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation, making it pivotal for monetary policy decisions. Let me reword that for you. Unlike another reading, the Fed likes this one because it makes them look like they're good at their job. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means. If Friday's print shows a further cooling in inflation, analysts say it could soothe market jitters, strengthen the case for rate cuts, revive investor appetite for risk on assets like Bitcoin. April, historically one of Bitcoin's best months. Okay, great. Remember when everybody thought December was going to be great in 2021? Didn't happen, did it? It was always great. And it wasn't. That is when Bitcoin has had a lot of its biggest falls is in December. But it has its biggest all-time high moves a lot of times in December. So don't read too much into these months. And this is what I will tell you. It feels like to me, there's a concerted effort to make you guys think the price is about to go back up right now. And I don't think that's true. However, I will tell you, we are going to go either to $82,000 or $96,000. And we're going to show you that here in a minute. We are going to go there. $96,000 looks much more prime for another rejection there, in my opinion. But we'll talk about when we get to the talk about the point of control. We're going to talk about the value void. You guys ever heard of the value void? You probably haven't, because most people are dumb who talk about charts. And I was one of them, but we're getting smarter. Guys, while most eyes are on Bitcoin's technical levels, the real wild card is inflation. Is inflation-linked monetary policy. This is true. If ISBC data shows cooling inflation, it could open the door to Federal Reserve rate cuts, unleashing a liquidity wave that propels Bitcoin to its next parabolic phase. Here's let me tell you what I think is happening right now. I think that they're probably trying to prep people. It's going to be going back up, but it's not going to go up as fast as people think. I don't think. Guys, the numbers we just get too high. There's too much market cap. And I think that what this is really communicating is that this week we're going to get the first kind of whiff. Maybe things are getting a little bit better according to their numbers. And that's good. And that will allow them to print more money eventually this year. That's what I think. Rate cuts and then money printing. I thought they were going to turn money printing back on in January 2025, and I was wrong about that. I said that about 2 years ago. Probably January of 2026. They tend to make these big moves in December to January. If you remember when they started the rate hikes, right? They started the rate hikes. That was right in December. They moved on it, and then they started in January in 2024 or 2023. Frick. Was it 2022? Was it 2022 when they? It must have been. Yeah, it must have been. I think. I don't know. I can't remember if it was 2022 or 2023. I just try to think in things in terms of my disastrous relationships. So I don't mean the Duchess. I'm talking about other things. Tokenized real estate trading platform launches on Polygon with U.S. and global expansion plans. Digit Shares has launched real estate exchange, or REX, on Polygon, bringing fractional real estate investing to blockchain. With SEC registration, European Union sandbox participation, global expansion in progress, REX aims to unlock liquidity in property markets through tokenization. Well, let me say this. Polygon is a good chain. So, I've always said that Bitcoin works as digital gold, especially because gold is going to be going away, I think, as store of value over time, slowly but surely. I'm not trying to suggest that gold isn't a good investment at all for the next 50 to 100 years. I'm saying eventually it's going to be more valuable to use gold for technology than it will for it to be held as a store of value, because everything will be digital, and there's no option for us not to have a digital world. That's not an option. People can go move off the grid somewhere if they kind of want to. But if you live in the real world, you're going to be digital. And this idea of what happens if there's an electromagnetic pulse? We're all dead. That's where we're going to be. That's where we're going to be. But we're going to have things so fortified over the next 5 to 10 years that that's never going to happen. So you got to get out of your mind that gold is going to have value in the future. I just don't think it's going to, other than being used in technology. And you're always going to have some boomers that are like, oh, we want to hold on to this. But I just don't think you guys really understand the transition we're going through in mankind and humanity. Humanity, not a Hugh Dugong. That's a manatee-like animal that swims off the coast. I think of Uruguay. Okay. But in humanity, we are seriously going through a huge change right now in the way that we live. This is bigger than the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution, some people had to, didn't participate in it at first. The digital revolution, everyone will participate in, and you won't have a choice not to, basically. And of course, the governments will force you to, because they're going to be using CBDCs, and they're going to want to have access to all your funds. So if you use a banking system, you're going to be part of that. So, you can certainly put cash in a mattress, but more and more places are banning cash. They're going to ban cash completely one day, of course. Because why? Do you guys write checks still? Y'all still write checks at Buy Low? You go to Winn-Dixie, you write a check for your groceries. You go to Publix. Well, shoot, you got to get a loan to go to Publix. I'm just kidding. I like Publix. It is a little more expensive than the other grocery stores. But seriously, like that's where we're going. And so this is the future. And so what I'm trying to say here is that in a lot of ways, I kind of think Polygon, I know it went a long ways to say this. I think Polygon, almost I could make the same kind of similar argument where the value of Polygon before was it being a layer 2, speeding up your Ethereum transactions. That was the value of it, right? That's why people held it, like it's a layer 2, cool. But see, now kind of like Base, it's a layer 2, but it's its own blockchain. And I know it's a little complicated for some of you guys to understand, but the point is that the value of Polygon now is its blockchain, okay? The value of Polygon is no longer layer 2. Arbitrum and Optimism have freaking taken that over. And I don't know if Polygon intentionally stepped aside on that or if they were, the Arbitrum and Optimism just took over. But, the value has changed for Polygon, okay? So now when we see something like this and we see this new project, I have nothing to do with this project, by the way. I had never even heard of it until I read this article. Okay. But the point is that this is real estate.exchange is a tokenized real estate trading platform now on Polygon. Now, while its use is not a layer 2 anymore, really, its major use case now is its own blockchain and what it does on there. I think that it is an ecosystem that we need to start exploring and we need to start getting into like we do with SWE or some of these others because it is really solid and it's really fast and it's got a large institutional appeal to it the same way that Chainlink does, the same way that Ondo does, the same way that XRP does and things like that. So I really believe that when you're looking at projects on Polygon, I would give them a second look and really maybe go dig into them because I think this could be. Because people don't know this shit. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Did you know that Polygon's value is its blockchain now? Most of you probably did not. Some of you might. If you're in Polygon, maybe you know. They have their governance token and all that stuff now. But my major point here is that nothing's really like, I don't know of anything popping in that Polygon ecosystem that people are making money on. Do you know what that means? There's people popping in that ecosystem. People are making money on, and smart people aren't telling people right now. So what's going on? Probably. So when you see these new projects like Rex coming on to Polygon, I would give it a second look. So Kentucky legalizes digital asset rights with HB 701 signing, becoming a major crypto rights leader or becoming a crypto rights leader. Cool. We love Kentucky. My uncle lives there. I have some property there. We actually have like a natural gas well or something, and we might actually be able to maybe we can do some Bitcoin mining up there sometime. I'm going turkey hunting up there in Kentucky with my Uncle Tim next month. So what? No, not that funny African guy. He's a turkey too, but a different kind. What does HB 701 do? It guarantees the right to self-custody. And look, we talked about this pretty thoroughly last week. If you watched the show, if you didn't watch the show, Kentucky is bullish. They want people to be able to trade and mine, and they don't want regulations preventing people from being able to do that. They don't want barriers. What do they call that? They call that stifling innovation. They don't want to stifle innovation. They want to cause innovation. So really cool, exciting stuff there. Okay. By excluding digital assets from legacy securities and transmission laws, Kentucky effectively reduces a red tape for DeFi developers and node operators. This could spark a wave of innovation and business migration to the state, especially as federal regulation remains gridlocked. Man, maybe I should actually move my business to Kentucky. Actually, I might do that. I do own property there. I do own property there. So, okay, next. Chronos, CRO, sourced 32% after Trump media and Crypto.com partnership announcement. Guys, this is so predictable. We gave you so many videos basically predicting that this was going to happen. The CRO is a major player again, and we are mega bullish on it. Trump, we did a video about Trump and Crypto.com. Chris Marszalek, the CEO of Crypto.com, met, of course, with Trump and agreed to drop his SEC lawsuit against the Crypto.com lawsuit against the SEC. It was dropped. And now you see how this really works. You guys seeing how this works now? You guys see, you got to play on this institutional level to really understand. So, Kronos, the native token surge 32%. This is great story for them. I'm not going to cover the whole thing in depth because we've already talked about it ad nauseum. Great for crypto.com. That is a summation. That is the effect after the cause. We told you about the cause. Trump, crypto.com super bullish, dropping the lawsuit. We did a whole video on it. Plus, we talked about it on the show. We told you. Okay. All right. Let's get back over here to the markets. Let's check out the markets for just a moment here. We have a 30.6% gain for, golly, man, what a move. And then we got movement that I think is so interesting. It's not associated with the move language, but that it goes. Athena, look, I told you I'm bullish on Athena. I'm bullish on Arthur Hayes. He was someone that Mr. X told me was an idiot and to stay away from. I like Arthur Hayes. I think he knows how to make money and he's really savvy. And I think this is, kind of a result of that. So, okay. All right. Moving on. Okay. Let's, did not mean to do that. That was very stressful. Did not mean to do that. Okay. Render moving again today. It's up 30. Let's look at the biggest gainers for the week really quick. Barachain, Bonk, Chrono. It's like some Bonk stadium news or something, I think. I already told you why I pumped because of my book. I already told you. Render almost matching crypto.com's pump this week. Phantom right there, Hyperliquid. There's Athena. There's AVAX. AVAX, I think, getting ready. Looking like maybe it's priming for a run. We'll see what happens. Solana moving pretty big this week, which is really good. I felt that in my Solana wallet, which was good. I got a little bit of money in my Solana wallet. It was really nice. Let me get rid of all of these. And guys, don't forget to trade. We are going to be talking about BitFi, or you can call it Buy DeFi. I don't know what I want to call it because I've heard it called both. BitFi, bid with a Y, because it's easy to sign up. But we got some really, really exciting things for you guys coming with BitFi and some promotions we're going to be doing next month. But we're going to be doing some really cool stuff in our Discord server with BitFi and some trade signals and some really cool stuff. So I promise you guys are going to want to sign up. A lot of you already have. And here's the thing. You've never found a place that's easier to sign up. You literally just go and sign up. You can sign in with your Google and you're signed up. There's no KYC. There's no VPN. It's literally bydfi.com and sign up. It's that. And man, we already got a lot of people trained on it over there. I some good affiliate money coming in already on this side. So you guys are really loving it and really liking it and using it. So we're going to, I was playing around with some of the, this is the point of control, the visible range volume profile here. And I'll talk about what that is here in a second on TradingView, but you can use TradingView tools. That's a basic version. You can go over to the TradingView version. Or wait, did I get that backwards? That's the basic version. Yeah, this is basic. And then this is trading. So the point is that you can add indicators actually right here on BitFi and you can watch your trades. It's going to be the only exchange we're using. So just so y'all know, get used to seeing it. But let's move on over to, man, why did I delete my, we'll do our DeFi stuff at the end. Let me go back to TradingView. I don't know what happened here. TradingView. Okay, we're going to go to our new thing we're doing here. Just going to go to BTUSD, Binance. Here it is. Okay. And where are my lines I just drew? Maybe I did BTC USD. Where is this, I wonder? Well, it doesn't matter. We can redraw the lines, ladies and gentlemen, because it is not very complicated what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. What we're going to be talking about today as we're here on the Bitcoin chart is we are going to be talking about point of control, visible profile, however you say it, the visible range volume profile, the VRVP. Okay. And so you guys have seen this, I'm sure. You've seen a lot of people talk about this, but I don't know if you've actually seen anybody just break down what this actually is and what it means. So what this is first of all, you'll notice it changes based on where the white line changes based on where the range is, right? So I don't know if I have to click it to get it to work or whatever, but the point is here, is that it will change. This is the visible range. So you saw I just changed. There it is. A fixed range, it doesn't move. It stays the same. But nobody in crypto really uses that. But everybody uses this VRVP. So what this white line represents, this white line represents the average, the point of control is the average price during this. It's the range during this moment of the market where there's the most battle. It's kind of like in baseball, we call it the Mendoza line. It's if you bat over 200, you're doing okay. If you bat under 200, you're not going to make it in the pros. You got to be above the Mendoza line. You don't have to bat 300. Those are the superstars. But you got to bat above the 2. You got 1 out of every 6 times you come up, you got to hit the ball. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, somewhere in between there, or get a hit. So the point is this is kind of the Mendoza line. This is the line that the bulls and bears are battling over on the visible area that you can see. And I think really I would kind of like to move it about here because I think this will give us a more accurate representation. This goes back to about the middle of November. We'll see if it moves at all. It may not move. I don't know what the rules are to get it moved. You have to move it so much before it moves. I don't know. But the point is, I can play with that a little bit later. But what you're looking at here, okay, let me show you guys this, okay. I wish I would get a little bigger there. Okay. So you notice here that some of these volume, I mean, it's a bar chart, I guess, right? Or a line graph, line chart. I don't know what you call it. But the point is here, the green is obviously buying pressure and the red is obviously selling pressure. And these are different price points. The point of control is like $96,000, somewhere thereabouts. Okay. We're right now down here like $88,000 or so. So the majority of the volume is always going to come in right around that point of control because that's where the battle is. That's where the battle between the bulls and the bears is. That's what it is. But when you look over here, now I don't have the prices here. Let's just not worry about that right now. You notice that you see these 3 right here, the 3 at the top, I don't think you can see my cursor, but the 3 at the top are darkened. They're shaded. Okay. That's important. And then you look down here and you see that these are shaded and darkened. Now, what does that mean? Why are these bright colors? Okay. That's the entire point of the point of control in volume range here is to show where the point of contention is, and it'll guide us to where things are. But when you look at the darkened ones, why do they not count? Because it's all about 70%. They want to know all of this is about 70% of the volume. All the volume is there. You see it, basically all the volume, like almost 100% of it is there. But the light colors, okay, those are the ones that are not shaded. That's 70% of the overall volume coming in at price points in the range that you can see. So that's what it is. So a lot of you guys have probably seen this and not really understood that. I know I really didn't understand it either. That's I've never really looked into all this stuff like I am now, and I think it's going to make the channel much better. I wish it would. Get a little bit bigger there. I guess I can do it like this. I make it bigger this way. But then it looks a little wonky. So, okay. So here we go. This is what I want to show you guys. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to move this over here. Okay. I want it right there because I want kind of, 96,000 is the point of control right now, as you can see. Now, where are we right now? Are we close to this white line right here or this line right here? I'm going to change the color of that actually. Yellow. Sorry. Yeah. Yellow. Okay. So we are here, right? We are down. We are well below this. So the smart money would say, okay, chances are we're going to go back up towards this line. And I think we're probably going to get rejected off this line, come down, and then test it again and go through it is what I think we'll probably see. But it may be a little bit of time before it gets there. But according to the stuff I've been looking at today, we basically have 2 areas we have to watch here. Okay. The 2 areas are in between 81,000. There we go. Pretty close. 81,000. Okay. And 83,000. Okay. There we go. This area, man, I tell you what, I'm getting a little bit better there. You guys got a minute. Okay. What just happened? What did just happen? I accidentally drew a line out of connector. What was that? Okay. So this range down here, okay, if it gets down here, chances are it's going to bounce up out of it if it gets in this range. It's done it many, many times. It's gone below it, but it bounces up out of it. And so this could be, a turnaround point overall. We'll see. But if it goes back into this range again, then we got to watch out to see if, we got to watch out to see if it's going to hit this, go back down below these numbers again. We also have, if you come up here, we have in between. Now, hold on. Let me see. Where was it? We'll have, here's Bitbot. Resistance at 96,000, but I think he said it was 95 to 97. Because really listen, I play a lot of poker. A lot of people know I was chip leader on day 5 of the World Series World Series Poker main event. I love to play. And, one thing about poker is they always tell you, or not they always tell you, just the prevailing thought of professional poker players right now. That's close enough. The prevailing thought of poker players right now is the best way to play poker is to think in ranges of hands that your opponent might have. You're always calculating what your hand, how it plays against a range of other people, a range of hands that someone may have. Maybe in this specific spot, you've seen this guy play 6-7 suited several times. So you got to add that to the range. How does your 2 high cards go against that when the board's low? And you got to think about ranges. That's what we are going to start doing as well on this channel. We're going to start thinking about ranges. And this is something I'm going to be really honest with you. I feel like this is the biggest problem in trading and crypto YouTube for all the technical analysts is a lot of them they're giving specific price points and very narrow ranges, but you have to think in ranges. So that means and this is why this is important, because if it gets up to this point of control and it actually pushes slightly above it, it's got to get above this. It's got to give above this $97,000 range to really have the momentum to carry it forward to be able to challenge $100,000 again. That's what we have to have. So right now, you're looking at what am I doing? What am I trading? What would I be trading right now? If I'm taking all of this information in, I'm trying to make a smart trade and do something good here. Okay. And I've told you guys, we're on the daily chart here. I think that's where we're going to do most of our trading for right now until we get a little, man, these things, man, until we get a little better at it. I'm going to delete that and I'm going to delete this. I don't even know what that is. No, that's not the thing I want to delete. There's something under it. No, move back. I just ignore it for now. So, okay. So what would I be doing? How would I be looking at this and how would I be taking a trade? Okay. You guys make sure to sign up at BitFi. It's really easy, or BYDFI. Look at it. Look at here. We have 1, 2, 3 green candles in a row. Let's find out the last time we had 3 green days in a row. Yeah, see, it's pretty hard. These are regular candles. These are not Heiken-Ashis. So, where is it? Where is it? So what I'm saying, well, it's literally here. It's all the way back here. Okay. Now, if we were to get some kind of sick green candle to where we can start saying, oh, we might get up into this range, this is where we're looking to take shorts. We're looking to take shorts between $95,000 and $97,000. That's what we're looking to do. We're looking to keep our stop loss so that if it breaks out, we don't lose our money. But most likely it's going to get rejected. That's most likely what it is going to do. And if it goes up above and it taps off 97 and confirms, well, then we can start, maybe looking at long situations. But, you don't want to get it on a pump. I never like to go in on a pump. So right now, with us having 3 green days in a row, now today is not officially a green day, and as you can see, it could easily go red, okay? But that's even more to my point. After these 2 big green candles that kind of got us back to some kind of status quo here, set a higher high, it's time for this thing to go down, I believe. I think it's time for this thing to go down. However, what is the benefit here? If I'm going low leverage and I'm going like 2x, 3x, 5x, somewhere around there, okay, what is my upside to short here to come down to the, back down maybe to the $83,000 number when it's at 87.7? See, that's a good trade. Okay, listen. That's a good trade. If you took a short right now at $88,000 or 87.8, okay, I think it will probably do okay. I think it will come down to that $83,000 or $84,000 range, probably. But that's not a guarantee. But here's the question. What is the better trade? Is the better trade right now with it in no man's land to say it's had some momentum, more momentum than lately? It's probably going to go down here because of the candle. Just look at the candlesticks. A better trade is to wait for it to come down here and long it. Amazing, isn't it? Now you look at the top side, okay? Now you look at now you're down here and you come to 83,000, it taps off of it and it goes back up to this range. That's 15%. On 5X, that's almost 100%. It's like, no, it's not. 75%. Anyways, 75% on 5X. So the point is that you're better off waiting instead of just trying to, y'all go put money in BitFi, have it sitting there, get it ready for when something happens. But we're going to be taking advantage of every time everybody else gets wrecked. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to win consistently, and it's going to be amazing. I want to show you one more thing here about, we were talking about this. Here it is. Okay. So the price is currently at 88,000. This is Bitbot, by the way. This is not our friend Blocky we created. This is Bitbot. Price is currently at 88,000, pushing toward the low volume area between support and resistance. Let me show you this, guys. I do want to say this also. The top price point where it's colored in and it's not shaded and darkened out, we call this the value area high, or VAH. This is the top of that, and then the bottom of it, as you can see here, is the value, the low. What did I just call it? The value area low. That's what it's called. The val it is. So that's when you hear people talking about the volume area high and volume area low. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the ends of the 70%. That's the value areas. We're all value areas, 70%. So that's important to know here. But you see, price is currently $88,000, pushing toward the low volume area between support and resistance. This is often called the low volume void. It's like air. If price gains momentum, it can fly through that range quickly until it hits the next major liquidity zone. So don't expect chop here. You'll either see a clean breakout toward 96K or a strong rejection that retests 82K. And did he do this? He said he was going to give me screenshots. He didn't do that. And he did not send the screenshot back to me. Why did he not do that? I don't know if he's capable of doing that. I was like, that's a big overpromise and an underdeliver problem. But anyway, so this is what we're looking at right now in the markets. This is really where get off of this thing, man. I tell you, I gotta learn these shortcuts. But so let me turn my volume profile back on. I don't know why I got turned off there by. That's a great question. What happened there? I don't even know. Where did it go? That's weird. Anyways, I digress. I'm putting it back up there. Be visible range. Okay. All right, we'll throw it back up here. So what he's saying here is let's read this again. I want to come back to this here. Price is currently at 88,000, pushing toward the low volume area between support and resistance. So what it's saying there, when you look at the chart, we stretch this out here, and we want to obviously move it so we can see some of it, actually. There we go. Come on. Okay, so what this is saying is the price right here, is we gotta move this further over. Hold on, we want to come back to right here. This will give some more accurate. The point of control is not $82,000. It's 96. So what it's saying here is, do you see this? That we are below the value area. We're below the value area low. Like we're in the, what did Bitbot call it? The low volume void. That's where we are. And what does that mean? That's why it's so important. That's why it's so important you listen to what I was saying earlier and wait for this to come, not that. Wait for this to come down and then long, because once it goes down, it can fly through these. Now, there is a chance it could fly down too, and it could break down. I don't think it's going to. Everything seems set up for bullishness, but yet you can see we did make a low. We made a lower low, and if this were to reject and come down, we could make a lower low. We could still make a lower low around 75,000 and bounce back up and fly all the way back up to like $90,000. That is possible. We could see a fake out to the downside, and then it could pump. That's why you've got to wait until it hits these numbers, guys. And all this stuff that we're showing, I'm talking to you guys about, obviously this stuff applies to every other time frame, right? I mean, we could go down to the 4-hour time frame here, and we could use all this and we could talk about it. And if you look here on the 4-hour, seems to be like maybe it's going to go down here. It seems like you're on the high, the high void over here, where if it gets up, it could come back down quickly. So those are your tips for today. Let's move on. Let's talk about Aave on base. Yesterday, you guys know, I approached our new AI blocky, which I'm going to give you guys access to in about a month. You're going to have to pay for it. I don't know how much, maybe $100 or something. But the point is that he told us, the blocky told us, he's a crypto money-making bot. And he told us we can start making money today. If we just went over to Aave on base and we put in some USDC and we put in some ETH. And so that's what I did. So I got my wallet connected here. And let me show you. Let me go back a little bit. Let me just completely show you Aave on base. Okay, don't ever click the sponsored stuff, by the way. Base market on Aave. There it is. The sponsored ones can be scammed sometimes. The top one is only going to be a scam if the actual website gets hacked or something, which does happen. Not Coinbase, but okay. So here's where we are. We're on the base market. We're on V3, I guess, of Uniswap, as that is, or base market V3 of base market. I don't know what that is. But the point is we have our base assets here. We have Ethereum, we have USDC. You can have Coinbase, Wrapped Bitcoin, Wrapped Ethereum. I don't even know what that is. Wrapped Liquid Stake Ether, WSTETH. Come on, guys, this is getting crazy. Then you got CBITH. I love CBITH. That's that Coinbase, Wrapped Stake ETH. GHO token. This is an Aave related. Is this out? No, this is not Aave Gotcha. I don't even know what GHO is actually. Now I'm really sitting here thinking about it. It's something to do with Aave, but I actually don't know what it is. Let's look it up real quick. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get out of this flannel stuff. No flannels. What is this? Is this the new Aave? What is this coin? This must be like one of their like collateral tokens or something. Let me see what it is. Where's the website? GHO.xo. I've never heard of this. I mean, I saw it yesterday when I was messing around with Aave. Okay, there. GHO. This is a horrible name for this. Horrible name for this Aave. You couldn't come up with a worse name for this. In a world where everything is making it kind of sound like it almost makes sense, you have made a totally clueless ticker here for this. I don't like it. I don't like it. But the logo is really cool. So there you go. You guys made up for it. Okay, Aave. You won me back with the logo. Okay. You lost me with the ticker. You won me with the logo. I like it. A new kind of stable, mint GHO. Okay. So maybe that's what I'm actually even earning on this. I haven't actually used it before. So let's go back up here. We're going to go to view details here. This is what you do next. You click view details. Now you have to connect your wallet. Obviously, I have my wallet connected. I've got my Coinbase, my base wallet up here, Coinbase wallet extension on MetaMask. Make sure to download it direct. Don't do a scam website there either. Be careful with your funds, guys. But this is my wallet that's connected. You can see I've got 1/2 of an Ethereum in here. You now have to go to your info, by the way. Once you click it, you have to click your info and hit ETH. And you can see here, I click supply. It's half an ETH. So we're going to use the whole thing. Okay. We're going to supply. So you understand what Aave is. Aave is a protocol that allows something called flash loans, which I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't understand. I don't know how people do this. So I don't even know who these people are that do this stuff. I've never done a flash loan. The point of a flash loan is to, I do know how it works. I just don't know how I don't know how to use it. I would have no idea how to do this. But what you do, and I've tried to look at walkthroughs on how to do it. It's really complicated. There's a transaction that goes through. And I believe that they kind of batch transactions together, most likely. And if you can get a loan and pay that loan off before the transaction settles, they will give you money to do that. And that's called a flash loan. So that's what they do. So I assume that when I'm supplying Ethereum or USDC here, that's going to the borrowing pool, the collateralized pool, to help people borrow funds. So we do have right now. And so here's the thing. Check this out. Oh, here we go. And this is going to be fun, guys. We're not going to do this today. But now I can actually borrow my own Ethereum back. And I can go make more money with that Ethereum somewhere else. As long as you can create this big, long chain, but as long as you end up paying back your loan, at some point before it closes or, liquidates or whatever, then you're going to be just fine. So, okay. So we're going to go back now. We're going to do, so here, I wanted to bring this up. Where is, let me pull up Blocky real quick. Thank you, Bitbot. You're mighty kind today. Let's go here to Blocky, see what he's gonna say here. What is this? What is this guy doing? Sorry, I let Jeannie and Blocky talk yesterday, man. They're out of control, man. I had him guess who I am. I love to do that with the bots. But anyways, here we go. So down here, this shows us how to do it. Okay, so basically he gave us all this stuff we could do, all these platforms, Lido, Radium, Uniswap, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but then I said, hey, can you please just give me a way to make money? Don't give me all these platforms. Like, tell me, talk to me. So Aave on Base, this was Blocky's idea. Super low gas fees on Base. Aave's lending markets are active. You can start earning yield right now. That's what we're doing. You can loop positions. To get started, you have to, and let me tell you how I did this. I want to tell you how I did this because I don't like using bridges. I think bridges are scammy, and I always am worried about bridges, and they take too long. I don't like them. I just sent my Ethereum I went to Phemex and I put some Ethereum in there, and then I pulled it right back out and I sent it somewhere else. But this time I did it using the base. I selected the base network on Phemex. I think it was Phemex. I did the base network. So I got that Ethereum over to my base wallet without having to bridge it. Right? I don't like to use bridges. I would prefer to just keep the stuff sitting fresh on Phemex. Or, BitFi is where we're going to be moving a lot of stuff to now. I mean, obviously, we've been in transition. We've been using Phemex for a long time. But my point is, you can do that through BitFi as well, is you just run it through there. Well, I don't know if you can do it on BitFi, actually. I'm not 100% sure what protocols they allow you to send out Ethereum on. They don't. It's not consistent. Every exchange is going to have different ones sometimes. Coinbase or, Base has tons you can use. Whereas, some other ones, like Phantom's got like 6 networks you can use. MetaMask has some networks you can use and stuff like that. So, but here's the last thing I want to show you guys for today is I asked it. I was like, okay, I said, what do I press now? You guys see how I do this? I didn't know what to do. So he told us. And so he says, look, step-by-step supplying on Aave, pick your asset, ETH 1.45 APY or USDC higher yield 3.22 APY. So here's what you think about. You have to come up with a decision. You got to say, okay, am I going to put Ethereum and earn on Ethereum at 1.45 or USDC with 3.22? You hear 3.22, you're like, that's double. Why would I do anything else? Well, the reason is because Ethereum goes up in value where your stablecoin is always going to stay the same. So if you're getting 1.45 APY, but ETH 3Xs between now and the end of the bull run. Well, now you've made 4.5 on all that stuff. Actually, I don't even know if that's right. You're still making 1.45, but the amount that you're not making a higher percent, but the amount that you're making is higher because the Ethereum is going up, and that gives you more upside. So I asked it. I said, "Look, what do we do? What do I do here? Like, is it better for me to use Ethereum, or is it better for me to use USDC?" And so here's what it said. Let's compare. ETH, you already have it supplied. APY, 1.45%. Volatility, high. Price can go up or down. Upside, you get yield and exposure to ETH price growth. Downside, if ETH dumps, so does your position value. USDC, APY, 3.22%, more than double ETH. Volatility, none. Upside, you're stacking predictable yield, clean and steady. Downside, no price upside like ETH, just yield. So I said, okay, well, what do I do here? What would you do? And so, anyways, he comes down here and says what he should do. He says, if you're bullish on ETH short term, stay in ETH, which I not short term like the next couple of days, but short term like the next few couple months. I am bullish on ETH. You're earning yield and sitting on an asset that could 2x, it could 3x if we're entering a bull breakout. If ETH pumps from 3K to 4K, you crush gains. You get your gains crush that USDC yield. But if you're just stacking, stable yield, reduce risk, just do USDC. But here's the pro play. This is what we did. Split it. Leave 0.5 ETH in Aave to stay exposed. Swap 0.5 ETH for USDC and supply that's 3.22%. Now you're earning on both ends. Yield plus potential upside. That's how the champs hedge and still eat. I like it. You got to love that. So the point is that is why I did what I did here. And that's why now we're also going to go and we're going to supply USDC because I have that here. So remember, we go here, we click your info, and then we come down here and we hit supply, and we are going to hit the max. Okay. What did that say? I don't even know what that said. Oh, that wasn't. You guys didn't see it because I'm in my wallet here. I don't think. Can you guys see this? I don't think you guys can see it actually. Yeah, you can actually. Okay, cool. You can. Okay. So wait, didn't I just do it? Supply. What did it say? I don't know what the other thing was. I don't know what that said. Do I have any ETH though? I might have supplied all my ETH. No, it worked actually. Okay. I was worried I supplied all my ETH. I didn't have gas, but it's on base. So, it's like a penny. Okay. So check this out. Now I can borrow $1,585 of USDC. How about that? Interesting. Or I bet if we went back to ETH, that's the amount of ETH we could borrow as well. Let's check that and double check. Click your info. Click ETH, not WETH. That's wrapped Ethereum. That's the way we use Ethereum on other chains. Right. So I can borrow up to 0.765 ETH. And I think what I should do is I should take all of that and take it out, and I'll go borrow it, and I'll go to stake.com. It's not my sponsor anymore, but I still have stake.com. And Is gamble it, and I'll make millions of dollars. That is how you. I'm just kidding. That's not real. But some people do. But my point is that is how you do it, guys. That's how you use Aave right there. We got some money. I got one Ethereum. I split it in half, put it in USDC, put it in Ethereum, kept it in Ethereum, supplied it as some collateral for some flash loans here on Aave on base. Make sure you're doing it on base, not on Ethereum. And voila. Hope you guys have a good day. Be blessed. Bitboy out. One day I'll hit the end of the stream.